Hello, everybody. Thanks for stopping back by Wild Bird Creative. Happy New Year. I have just a journal page here that I've already got some copper paint on. I cleaned off my palette knife from doing a previous page, and when I saw this, I said, well, let's work with it. So I have taped down my Stencil Girl stencil, and it is number L286. If you're interested in getting that, may not still be available. I've had this a few years, but it's worth a look. So I'm just going to start coming in using a makeup sponge and my Simon Hurley Shady ink pad, and I'm just getting some color down. I don't want it to be too strong, but I want a nice bit of background with some interest. Now, the nice thing is doing it this way, if I don't like how it looks, I can come in with paint. And I can cover it right up and kind of incorporate it in. But for now, this is giving me just enough of the effect that I want, and I'm going to add another color too. It takes a little while, but it's nice because you can go back in and add more where you think it needs it. So come in with a light hand. And it's not really going to cover the copper paint. It's just going to tone it down in a couple spots. So let me set that aside and let me bring out my Moonlight Duo. And it's a beautiful blue and a white. I tend to just use the blue. I find white inks can be frustrating. And you'll see this is a very lush color. So I'm using it in the corner to create a little bit of a vignette. Come right in and get some of these little tiny spots. And I think I'll bring it up here just a little bit, let it run out on its own. So let's just lift this. Oh, you know what? I need to get more in the very middle. Let's go back with the Shady and come in here. I didn't even see that I had missed this spot. That's another nice thing about having them taped down. You can lift it up and look and go right back in. But let's see, let me move this up. And there is our finished background. This is gonna be really, really quick. I didn't want to get into anything that was too involved. So here we are. Now I got a candle and it had this great cover that went with it. And of course I couldn't throw it out. It's really nice. It's got some relief to it. And I took a crayon and some tissue paper and just did a quick rubbing. And then I had another piece of, deli paper, I believe it is, that I had cleaned off my palette knife on. And I've just got this nice bit of detail here. You know what, though? As I'm looking at this, though, I want to add a little more detail right up here. I've kind of missed that spot. This stencil luckily is easily enough to put back in place. Let me just come in here. Might even use a little bit of the blue in here. Let me see. I just want to tone that down a little bit more. It was just a little too bright white. Let's bring this in and we'll add a little. There we go. That takes care of it. Okay, so I've got these pieces, and I'm going to sandwich them together, and it's just going to make a really nice little layer. Just easy, 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 easy. That's the way I'm starting off the year. I hope you are able to also. Okay, so all I'm doing is just gluing them together. And they don't have to be perfect. And let me get a brayer here and just run it over it so that it definitely stays stuck. And then I'll just put some glue on the back side. Just doing it off screen here because watching me use a glue stick is not the most exciting thing in the world. And let's just see, let's line that up right there. And I'm just going to make sure that it is stuck down. Deli paper can be tricky. And I've got some tapes here that I also want to incorporate in, just not sure which ones. You know what? I think this is going to be one. And I'm going to run it right along here. And it will also just help to hold that in place. And it's a little bit of celestial tape. I don't know where I got that from. It's just one that's here in my mess of stuff. And then I've got a little bit of text. And I'm going to put it right over here. It's picking up those greens and those blues. And I've got the little extra piece from that, from where I tore the bottom. And I'm just going to slide that right into place. Get things out of the way. Peel this up. And I'll just stick this aside to use on another day. And now, let's scoot you up a little bit on this side. There we go. Run the brayer over all of it. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a few very small stamps and just add a tiny, tiny bit of detail. I think I will use, I think I'm going to use my spruce. I think iced spruce is going to be what I want right there. That's a great color. And let's grab just some old ones that I got. These are Autumn Leaves clear stamps, Elegant Flourishes. And what I love about them is you can simply grab them and use them as you want. You don't have to have the whole thing. You can come in and just add bits and pieces. I often don't even bother to put them onto an acrylic block because I just want a hint of the detail. I don't want it to be solid. If you do want to have the whole detail, I would keep some tape along the edges so that you can really control how much is getting put down. You don't want to lift it up and find out that you've gone over something. See, I'm just putting it in. Just keeping it simple, adding a little more detail here and there. Let's see, let's grab the little one here and come right in on top of that. And right there. And it kind of ends up looking almost like wind. Look at how fun this is. Very relaxing. Let's choose this guy. I know I'm blocking that, but there we go. Okay, I am pleased with how this looks. It fits with my mood today. This is a great time of year. There's lots you can do indoors and out. Get outside if you can. It's a great way to refresh yourself and get new ideas for creating. And then come in, have a cup of tea, warm up, grab your sketchbook, your sewing machine, your paints, your pastels, your pencils, the notepad by the phone, and a ballpoint pen, and just start creating. It doesn't have to be an awful lot. I mean, starting anew. Give it a go. Make this the year that you make the creative practice part of your weekly life. Be kind to yourself this week. I hope it treats you well. And thanks for stopping by. Wild Bird Creative.